morning and welcome. I'm sure you've all heard the common expression, money makes the world go round. Now, whether that's true or not, I'm not here to debate. The simple fact is, if you live on this earth, money affects your life in one form or another. Let me ask you a few questions. How many of you want to move out of your parents' house or your apartment and move into your own house? How many of you want kids one day and to be able to support them and send them to college, preferably one other than Mercer? What about retirement? Will you be able to take off the work gloves and retire? These are all difficult questions. And they all cost a lot of money. In fact, it's an ever-increasing amount of money. Now, what if you don't scratch the lucky lottery ticket and you don't pick the winning numbers? How are you going to afford your dream? My name is Timothy Brown, and I'm here to teach you how to use exponential regressions to invest in the stock market. From the beginning of the United States of America, people invested in companies. Companies is where you put your money to invest. And today, as Americans, we invest our money in companies still. We do this electronically using the stock market. If you'll direct your attention to the graph, you'll see on our x-axis the hourly layout of the stock market. On our y-axis, you'll see the price of the stocks. Now we have up here the sine regression and the exponential regression. We have the sine regression up there to give you something to compare the exponential regression to. Now the trick of all this is to use your diagnostic tool and to determine whether this stock is worth investing in today. Now, you'll notice that we're using BAC, Bank of America stock. The reason why we've chosen this is because it's a perfect model for one day to figure out if we want to invest in this or not. All right, let's get started here. Our first 4 data points are important because they're going to determine whether we invest our money in this stock today or not. You notice at hour 1, it was about $7.90, okay? At hour 2, it was a little over $8. Hour 3, we were already up at $8.50. Hour 4, now here's the critical hour, and this is why I call our diagnostic tool the critical point. Because it's at this point we'll see if we invest or we disregard this stock all completely. At hour 4, it was back down to $8. Now here's the critical point. Our diagnostic tool at this point showed that our stock followed the exponential regression to a 0.7% or 70%. It's 70% fit our data. At that point, I determined that I'm going to put in all my money. And for the next 3 hours, I played the stock market predicting that at the end of that 7th hour, that my stock was going to be at $9. Let's find out if my prediction was true. At hour 5, we see that our stock had increased to $8.50. At hour 6, we saw it up to $9. And at hour 7, it was at $9.50. The prediction was correct. How did I do that? I did that because I used the diagnostic tool to determine that it was a better chance today that this stock would follow the exponential regression than not. So if at hour 4, or the critical point, our stock was looking like it wasn't going to be a good day to invest in, the critical value, or our diagnostic tool, would show that it was below 0.5% or 50%. At that point, I would have chosen not to invest in stock, but because at the critical point, I looked at my data and I was able to determine that it was at 0.7, I was able to say this is a good stock to invest in today. If you're looking for other tips on investing in the stock market, you can use the Japanese candlestick charting techniques of the Far East. It has plenty of techniques and tips and charts to help you invest your money wisely. Thank you and have a great day.